Hey there viewers, it's Charlie. I'm back again with another Transformers review. And before I start, I'd just like to apologize for the lack of videos recently. It's not because of me running out of Transformers to review, it's just that after all those Transformers I was reviewing for days on end, I just got too exhausted and I just wanted to take a break. But well, on a more lighter note, I've actually got a new phone. So yeah, I don't know if that changed the recording or not, but I'll be recording from my new phone now, so yeah. But before I go off on a tangent about new phones and me having questionable sleeping problems, today's review is going to be on Beast Wars Transmetal Optimus Primal. So yeah, this is the Transmetal version of Optimus Primal, which was, well, this was in the second season of the Beast Wars series. And well, let's just say we've got Mecha King Kong here. But yeah, the Transmetals were pretty much robotic or Cybertronian beast modes and organic robot modes. Yes, I'm not making that up. Mechanical beast modes, organic robot modes. Pretty much reversing the original Beast Wars aesthetic. Well, having a look at Primal, I mean, right here, it says Optimus right on his chest. So he's taking out the Generation 2 figures and having his name on them. But it just says Optimus, not Optimus Primal. From what I can remember, the Japanese release, that just says Cybertron, which is the Japanese name for both the Autobots and the Maximals. So the Japanese version just has his faction name on him, whereas with the, well, this version it has the actual name, and you can sort of see my reflection there. Hi. So if you saw my face, yeah, I know, I am hideous. But well, having I can't even speak. Having a look around him, well, you can see his arms are also quite mechanical, as are his legs. The back, which has this little backpack thing here, and these bits on the back of his gorilla legs. And on the back here, if you know G1, you know what this is. Rub symbol. But yeah, the rub symbols were on the second and third year Beast Wars figures. Pretty much the Beast Wars figures went from having the Beast Wars figures went from having nothing to these rub symbols to having little crystals. Pretty much little dome things that had the faction symbol on them. But Primal here has a rub symbol, which is pretty cool. Now, finally, having a look at the gorilla heads. Well, if I can actually get it. There we go, just turn your computer sideways. Well, let's just say he looks pissed off. I mean, instead of the realistic gorilla face, he's now got glowing red eyes. Now, that snarl is not exclusive to the Transmetal version as well. For comparison, here he is with the original Optimus Primal. And yeah, as you can see, they're both snarling. But well, as you can see here, the original Primal is a lot bigger. As from what I can remember, this guy was an Ultra, and this guy was a Mega size. So yeah, when Primal and Megatron got their Transmetal upgrades, they sort of shrunk a little bit. But another difference is, well, this guy's is pretty much on all fours like a normal gorilla. This guy is pretty much just on his legs. So yeah. I suppose if you wanted to, you could have him on all fours, but well, it looks awkward to me, and you can't really have his head looking up. So he's always just looking down into the ground. But if you want to, you can have him on all fours. Although he is looking down. And I believe the official way to have this guy displayed in his beast mode is actually standing up. And keep in mind, this guy is, well, his beast mode is all organic because we've got the gorilla fur. And this guy is all mechanical because, as you can see, it's pretty much all it's all chromey metal bits. So yeah, that's enough for the beast mode comparison. Now for the pretty much the transformation, and before I get off into the robot modes, this guy has got a third mode. All the Transmetals had sort of vehicle modes, although I use that very loosely. For this guy's vehicle modes, all you do is you take one of these little back bits, you move them down like so, and then just move that, and then just move that, and then turn that around. Do the same with this. Do the same with this one. Just try and get them connected like so. And then just turn them 90 degrees at the waist, and then just try and balance them. Here we have Primal's vehicle mode. It's a gorilla on a surfboard. I couldn't make that up myself. And he does have trouble balancing this mode, although that's probably just my incompetence. I've probably got this guy done wrong, but he does have trouble balancing at times, often just falling onto either of his arms. So you have to get it situated in the right way. And keep in mind, Hasbro seems to like making their figures impossible to stand. Oh, there we go. I think I just had the waist turned around a bit too much. But yeah, gorilla surfboard. Whatever they were smoking at Hasbro, I hope they're not doing it now. Because the only way they would ever do this again is if they were making an updated figure of this guy. But yeah, this is pretty silly. Oh, and also, knowing this guy has like a little gun that attaches onto here, you can flip that down and it'll become a little thruster. We're getting this guy back into his normal ape modes. If I can. There we go. Now for the actual transformation, we'll do what you just did and flip out these bits, but this time straighten them out into actual feet. So now he's got those little stilts. Take the forearms, try and open them up. And flip around the robot's fists. Sometimes this can be easier said than done because these bits often have trouble opening. But yeah, just flip around the monkey fist and turn it into the robot fist. Turn the entire arm section around. come in here, take this bit that was around the waist, open that up and move it out the way. Take the waist, turn it around, then as you can see, here's the organic part. If you can, open this section up, flip in the gorilla head, and flip around the actual robot head. Just close that all up. And finally, come around here, move this around so this actually forms shoulder pads. And well, here we have Primal in his robot mode, and oh my god. If you think the gorilla mode looked pissed, look at the head for the robot mode. That is pissed off right there. I mean, this is one of a few Optimus toys from like before the movies that didn't have a mouth plate. Because remember, Primal in the show rarely had a mouth plate. Like, he did have one, but he rarely used it. And, well, yeah, I'm just going off on a tangent now, but as you can see, pretty much what was the gorilla torso is now on the back, covered by the little rub symbol thing. So yeah, that is pretty unique. And please excuse me, I'm just transforming the original Primal off camera. I would pause it, but, well, there's not really any good reason to be honest. So excuse the loud ratcheting. But yeah, keep in mind, this was the second season version of Optimus Primal. And well, for comparison, here he is with the original Primal. And as you can see, the size difference is pretty noticeable. So yeah, when Primal got the Transmetal upgrade, he did shrink a little bit. But he also looks very different. Just keep in mind, with this Primal, his head definitely looks a bit, well, his head is just the head of I can't even speak. His head is just the head of the original Optimus Prime. Almost as if he puts on a gorilla fursuit. But this was back when they were intending to make Primal a new version of Optimus Prime. So, of course, the head is just G1 Prime's head. But the head for the Transmetal version, I mean, can you see the difference? This is just Optimus Prime's head. This is pissed Optimus Prime here. But yeah, he's traded the mouth plate for complete snarling. Almost as if he's trying to, like, take a huge shit, but is constipated. I'm sure we've all been there before. But yeah, to get these guys both in shot without lifting up my camera. There we go. Yes, this phone's got a zoom out function, unlike my previous one. But yeah, pretty much here we have both Primals. I was just about to say Prime before I corrected myself, but here we have both Primals. But which one do you think looks better? Give me your opinion. Me personally, I'll always be nostalgic towards this version. Not because I grew up with the Beast Wars show, but I'm more used to seeing Primal in his original truck not monkey form. And keep in mind, this isn't Primal's only upgrade. if I had the larger Optimal Optimus, he would tower above both these guys. But if I get the original Primal out the way, well, how about we take a look at this guy's articulation. Head, of course, can turn. I guess thanks to the transformation, maybe, I guess you sort of have to unhook the entire thing. But he can sort of look upwards, or, well, not like that, but if you do it correctly, I guess not. So he can only move side to side, sadly. Arms, they can move around. Of course, he can T-pose like every good figure can. As well as doing the splits, although not fully. As per the transformation, these bits do move around. And he has got some elbows. Once again, thanks to the transformation, his waist moves. We already showed the splits, but his legs can move. Technically, he's got knees. And he's got a bit of foot articulation. So yeah. Pretty poseable. Now, if I did have the little thruster thing, it could unplug from here and go into his arm, although I don't have it. He also had some missiles that would go into the backpack section, but I don't have those either. I mean, I wouldn't even notice them, because I displayed this guy in the back section of my Beast Wars shelf, which I'll show in my January collection video. It's not really much of a shelf, it's more just a huge like table, but you'll see that in my collection video soon. But yeah, that's pretty much all I had to say about this guy. Now, complaints I can think of. Well, for actual complaints, it can be a bit hard to open the forearms to spin around the fists. And even then, I find that to be a bit awkward. Like, I think it's to spin them around so the fists can be more... Well, I can't even speak. I think the fists spin around so they can be a bit more organic. But look, we still have some mechanical pieces here, like the gorilla feet. Why can't we just have it so the fists spin around and that's it? But yeah. I guess another complaint. When he's in that hoverboard or surfboard mode, it can be a bit hard to get him to stand correctly, so if you're one of the hardcore Beast Wars fans who buys 2 or 3 of every figure, just to display one in robot mode and one in beast mode, and if they have it one in vehicle mode, have fun getting him to stand correctly without anything propping him up. But well, this one is just going to be a nitpick, but my god, that surfboard mode is just real weird looking. I mean, when would you see a freaking gorilla surfing? I mean, come on. Clearly it was just made because Hasbro was wanting to sell some, like, more figures, advertising that they have a vehicle mode, but really, they came up with it because they were doing drugs. But, well, let's just change the subject. Do I recommend this figure? Well, I do prefer the original Primal figure, but if you like the Transmetals, then, well, come on, you need Primal. I mean, sure, this guy has a weird third mode, and the transformation can be a bit fiddly at times, but come on, I've had way more fiddly Transformers in the past, so this guy is nothing compared to them. But if you only want, but if you're just a casual Beast Wars collector and you don't care about the Transmetals, I'd say go for the original Primal. But if you want both, go ahead. This is still a really cool and fun figure, even with those few flaws. Well, this has been my review on Transmetal Primal, and this is Charlie Young, signing off.